Alright, hello everybody. I was thinking this time we could look at the endgame between Elian Zenevsky versus Michal Botvinnik. And this jump into a queen endgame. Black has just taken a pawn here. White comes queen c4, attacks the e6. And black just defends it, threatens to come here. And white plays king h3, stops the checks. White is up a pawn. And now black should play like a king f8 or something. The point is we want to cover the g8 square. Because in a game Botvinnik blundered the queen d7. And now white has a winning move here. And that is taking advantage of the weakness here. White can play f5. And now if black takes, white gets here with check, takes this one, and wherever the king goes, well, this again is a winning pawn endgame. Probably this is also winning, but here white can come here and there, and the pawn is a corner. Of course, black could be a little more careful, but of course white has a tempo in hand. Doesn't help. So here black decided to play king here, and now this is too early. Can't cash out yet because you'll lose the second d pawn too. So white played queen g4, attacks here. And again, if black takes here, we just take, and same easily winning endgame. White has a tempo in hand, he's coming here, this is dropping. Already up a pawn anyways, and winning a second one. So here black played king, queen d3, check. And then took here. And here apparently this would be a blunder, even though white wins 2 pawns. This is corner. But apparently this is like, even though there is a 2 passed pawns, connected passers too, the king is too open and the queen can pull it a little too much. Here, well, it would be an easy to lose, because again here you have to play, for instance, queen e5 to stop the running. Here apparently then it checks, for instance, lets the king sneak in here and then here and there, and eventually the checks run out. And apparently white is winning there. But okay, that's hard one. White chose right though. Here, winning move is queen exchange. We get into this pawn endgame. Pawns are even. Here, of course, if black comes here, this wins easily. Black has no pawn moves that don't hang up pawns. And the king has to move and the pawn is a goner. So Botvinnik played king f7. And here, white to play and win. And the right way, which white did not play in a game, is king f3. Black's coming with a g6 here. And now if you go king g3, either black plays g6 or g5, same end game. We take either straight up or in passant, and king comes here. And now the problem is that if you go here, white has just g3, and then you lose the pawn, and you lose that pawn endgame easily. There's nothing to be played there. And well, here you just, white walks this guy through. Easy dealio. And now same thing, if you go here, white comes king f4, you'll again lose the pawn. What's the difference though? In a game, white went here, and now the problem is that now g6 works. Because now takes, this is not good enough. Black can come block here, and Send up 1 versus 1. And here this is not any problems because black has the h5 again. And now white can distract them with the pawn. But now the critical move, not king h7, because then white can take here. But straight up h4. White is gonna win the pawn, but we'll give him a flank pawn, which is useless because black gets into the corner and it's not gonna escape from there. And that's that. But this is a handy trick to know in end games if you aren't ever can give your opponent a flank pawn. Usually it's a good idea because the flank pawns are the most useless ones. Sometimes they're winning, but most of the time not. Anyways, the game ended in a draw around this part of the g6. Alright, until next time. Ciao.